Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live, People's Republic of California.
And we are talking science and technology today. And this could be a very interesting one for some. For some, it may not be, but, sit back, relax, grab a bag of Fritos, and let's get on it.
Your father's weed is much different than your weed. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Modern cannabis is far stronger than it once was. And with that strength comes higher risks. Frequent use of high-THC weed, or Buddha, or Sus, or Pacololo, whatever you want to call it, especially in younger people, is strongly linked to psychosis and even schizophrenia. Experts stress quitting and seeking treatment early. So that's what your parents say too.
And what's an expert? Somebody that's suffered psychosis and schizophrenia.
This research was published in the journal CMAJ on August 11th, 2025. Would you like to do more? We'll just flip flop.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to butcher some of these words, so we're going to give it a shot. So cannabis potency is increasing, and that not only increasing, but it's a lot easier to get, right? Especially in our state and the state of Colorado.
The dispensaries,
Yeah. You go and fake some kind of medical need or get a green card or whatever.
Not even Colorado. You can just belly up and get however many ounces.
Yeah. And I think it's not good for our society, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So the concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol, cannabinol, let's just call it THC, has increased fivefold in the last 20 years in Canada, from about 4% to 20% in most legal dried cannabis.
Canada, I didn't know Canada.
I didn't either.
Grew,
but that would explain a lot of things. Weed. That would be a lot. They got the right area for it, right?
Summer, not the winter.
And I remember
do some UV lighting.
Being younger and remembering that Oregon and Northern California, some of those areas, those were the areas you'd always hear about the illegal grows.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, wet, cool, wet areas. And anyway.
High potency and regular cannabis use is linked to increased risk of psychosis. The risk of psychosis is increased in people using high potency THC, more than 10% THC, people using it frequently, and those who are younger and male. A history of mental disorders, depression, anxiety, etc., also appears to increase the risk.
Okay. Cannabis-induced psychosis and cannabis use disorder increase the risk of schizophrenia. A recent study of 9.8 million people in Ontario found a 14.3 fold higher risk of developing a schizophrenia spectrum disorder in people visiting the emergency department for cannabis use, and a 241.6 fold higher risk, I have no idea what those numbers mean, from visits for cannabis-induced psychosis.
Wow, so you're having an episode, you do your weed, whatever, you toke, whatever it's called, I don't know. That's what I'm told, with a roach, right? And then you start freaking out, and then you go to the hospital. I'm freaking out. Well, what have you been taking? Really?
Smoking some dope.
Okay. Treatment requires stopping cannabis and taking medication. Continued use of cannabis after a first episode of cannabis-induced psychosis is linked to greater risk of returning symptoms. Antipsychotic medication can help people with severe and prolonged symptoms. Okay.
Behavioral options may help with cannabis cessation. Motivational interviewing or cognitive behavioral therapy by a physician or psychologist can help build skills to resist cravings and follow treatment recommendations.
No. Okay. I wonder what they have to resist it. It's like, I guess like nicotine, you got that gum that just when you try to smoke it, it's horrible.
I believe it's like any drug that alters your state, right? You enjoy that altered state. Drinking, nicotine, like you said.
Yeah.
Marijuana, more harmful narcotics and drugs. You enjoy that state.
Yeah.
And that
helps you forget or whatever.
But I think I mentioned it before on a couple of other deals. The lack of control is what concerns me.
Yeah.
That's
a common thing among those drugs.
Yeah.
Even drinking alcohol.
Right. You become so relaxed that you don't really know what you're doing, or amped up,
your
and you don't
spidey
know what you're
senses
doing.
Yeah.
Like what was that? That drug that used to make you feel like Superman. I forget what they call it.
Oh, the LSD.
Well, not necessarily LSD, but there was another drug that just made you feel like you were
invincible,
superpower. Yeah, and anyway, I can't think of it right now. Maybe I'll remember it. But
quote: "Cannabis from the 2000s is not the same as in 2025," said co-author Dr. Nicholas Fabiano, MD, resident and researcher with the Department of Psychiatry, University of Ottawa, Ontario. He continues to quote, "THC content is increased by 5 times. This is likely a significant driver in the increasing link between cannabis use and schizophrenia."
THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol, is and we used to refer to it as something else but anyway, it's no big deal. Is the main psychoactive compound in the cannabis plant, responsible for producing the euphoric high associated with marijuana use and the munchies, so I'm told. It works by interacting with the body's endocannabinol system, particularly CB1 receptors in the brain and central nervous system, influencing neurotransmitter release.
I didn't know you were such a medical doctor on this issue.
This is not me. I'm just passing this on.
You're the messenger.
Yeah, I'm the messenger.
Okay.
Yeah. This interaction affects mood, perception, appetite, memory, and coordination, with effects that can range from relaxation and heightened sensory perception to impaired motor skills and short-term memory.
You try to touch your nose and your eye.
They used to tell us that. So if you were high on marijuana, you would probably
Mary J.
drive 30 miles an hour on the road, and you thought you were driving 50 miles an hour on the road. Where if you were intoxicated with alcohol, you were probably driving 60 miles an hour on
gripping
the road.
Wondering, am I going fast?
And it had the opposite effect. So you're driving 60 and you should be driving 30, or you thought you were driving 30. But I know people have taken, well, you're going to talk about right now, but stuff for promoting appetite, like people that are, taking like a certain type of a treatment that may affect their appetite, they're not eating, and they'll give them cannabis pills or some kind of pill to promote them to eat.
Now that you said that,
the munchies.
It reminds me of I think it's the Incan runners that would run between cities. They'd take the coca leaf or whatever, and it would just numb them and for the hunger and stuff, and they could run from city to city and deliver messages and stuff.
Well, that's a whole new level of drug there. Now we're talking about cocaine, right?
I guess I don't know if it's the coca,
but I just there's always been this study out there that says that dark chocolate, pure dark chocolate, not the stuff that you get processed and everything, is good for you. It's got what do they call that?
I like the Dove's dark chocolate. Those are delicious.
Yeah,
the little hearts.
But they say a lot of the good stuff in that, because my mom used to eat 2 a day.
Two little
dark chocolates. Yeah,
one in the morning, one at night.
No, sometimes she just have them at night. Yeah,
at
night. Have them at night. But there's something in those in dark chocolate that's supposed to be good for you. I forget what it's called. But
wow.
Anyway, so
all right.
Go ahead.
Found naturally in cannabis flowers, THC can also be consumed in concentrated forms, such as oils, edibles, tinctures, and vape products. Potency varies greatly depending on strain and preparation, and the method of consumption can increase both the onset and duration of effects. While THC can provide pleasurable and therapeutic effects, it can also cause side effects such as anxiety, dizziness, dry mouth, impaired judgment, the munchies, and especially in higher doses for inexperienced users.
Paranoia, right?
Yeah.
Medically, THC has been approved in some regions for treating chronic pain, nausea related to chemotherapy, muscle spasticity in multiple sclerosis, and appetite loss in conditions such as HIV/AIDS. Prescription formulations like Dronabinol offers standardized doses for medical use. I think that's kind of what I'm talking about. You can promotes you to eat or, feel better or relax you, take the pain away. So, anyway.
However, its legal status differs worldwide, even statewide. Its status. I mean, the federal government has it on the ban list, but states have passed it. Some countries and states permit recreational and medicinal use, while others maintain strict prohibitions, often reflecting broader cultural and policy attitudes towards cannabis. If you have any experience with cannabis, let us know. I mean,
modern day cannabis, the stuff that's supposed to be 10 times stronger than.
But if you've had it, your father's cannabis, then let us know what the difference. If there's a difference, I could probably ask one of my brothers. They tell me. I could do that.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I might, and I'll report back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk at you later in the afternoon.
Take it slow.
There you go.